James was obviously talking nonsense. But there's no getting around the fact that these three cars take automotive science to a new level. They use the latest green technology to squeeze as much speed as possible from every molecule of fuel. As a result, they're all capable of blasting way past 200 miles an hour whilst producing fewer harmful emissions than a family saloon. What we have here, then, are three incredible machines which, at a stroke, have made the traditional supercar look wooden and old-fashioned. Welcome, everyone, to the Hypercar Holy Trinity.
Stop, abort, abort. Oh, God. It's unbelievable. Any idea what you're doing? Stop, abort, abort. I do like that. Hey, you!
We could have played out there all day, but before we ended up in a £3 million crash, we decided to start the tests to see which of the cars was best. I came up with the first. Make the first test a drag race using electrical power only.
Good idea.
No, it isn't a good idea.
Why not?
Because you can't drive the Ferrari on electrical power only.
No!
No, but look, of course you can't, because it's a Kerr system like a Formula One car. It's got a V12 engine and an electric motor, but they're all integrated. They work together all of the time. You can't separate them.
You should have thought about that, shouldn't you?
Bad planning.
With James reduced to the role of onlooker, we lined up the
2, 1, 3.
Who won that? It was me, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's not important, though, is it?
Is it not?
No, it's just not relevant.
Right. In a drag race, it's irrelevant which car gets there first.
Yeah, yours is the better milk float.
Back in the pits, Hammond had an idea for the next test.
We've got to drive to the hotel, yeah, haven't we? And it gives us a chance to see what they're like on the road.
That's a good point.
Real world.
That is a good point.
I can't do that. I can't drive the Ferrari on the road.
Why?
Well, it's not registered.
It is, got number plates.
No, that's just pretend number plates. If they register it, it becomes second-hand and they have to pay the tax. That's why it came in a lorry.
So you can't drive it on the road either?
Nobody can drive it. It's not road legal yet.
Oh, no.
Mate, that's...
Oh, that is such a shame.
It's an hour of...
Oh, sorry, James. That's really a rotten bit of luck, because you've come a long way from Italy. Soon, Richard and I were enjoying the world's best ever commute.
Right now. Rugby. That is just the best. Come on, James. That was terrifying!
Oh, bloody hell. You're all right. You're all right in Italian. Oh, God.
Sorry to have to say this, but that Ferrari is useless.
Yes. Later on in part 2, when these two have stopped dreaming up idiotic and irrelevant tests that it can't take part in, we shall see.
We've got to tell everyone about our track. Yes, we have one. This is the sort of place where you can drive cars at speeds that you can do on the road, but only if you want to go to prison afterwards.
What, like 38 miles an hour?
Well, 39, maybe even 40 from time to time. Now, we were hoping that we could bring it round the world with us, like the tent, but unfortunately it's too heavy. And as you're about to see, too bitey. This is it. It's not a race circuit. It's not an airfield. It's not a road. What it is brilliant and fast and extremely dangerous. It even looks dangerous on a map, because as you can see, it's the exact same shape as the Ebola virus. Right, time now to show you what a lap looks like, and to do that, we've got a bit of a performance benchmark, a Ferrari 488. Take it away. Take it away. First up, it's the isn't straight, so called because it isn't straight. After the second right on the isn't straight, we're into your name here corner. If you make a mistake, there's no runoff area, it's just woods. We've called this section Old Lady's House because it's right next to a house where an old lady lives. Get this 90 left right, or you'll crash into a cage full of electricity. And you'll need to get the final 90 left right as well, or you'll run into a field of sheep. So, trees, animals, a house, electricity, and because it's in England, usually quite a lot of moisture in the air. It really is the most dangerous track anywhere in the world. The car I've selected for my first lap of the Walktrough is this.
Get a bloody move on. This isn't as fast in a straight line as an M3, but everywhere else, it is better. I got back onto the isn't, an unleashed 365 rampaging horsepower from the turbocharged 3-litre straight 6.
This track was designed to trip cars up. There are fast corners, slow corners, drifty corners.
At the Walktrough, we'll do a timed lap. And to make sure it's a completely level playing field, they will all be driven by the same racing driver.
Yeah.
Clever. It gave us some thought.
How clever is that? Now, thing is, Amazon, insisted that the racing driver in question should be from this side of the pond. So we went to something called NASCAR, and we found one, and we shipped him to England, and then we introduced him to the complicated procedure which involves turning right. He's called Mike Skinner, but we know him simply as the American. Right, there he is, looking utterly bewildered. They skitter of a wheel spin, and immediately he's onto the isn't straight. He's through the final corner on the isn't straight. Into your name here.
get me up to old lady's house. No turbo lag at all, as he hammers down the bumpy back straight towards substation. One more 90 left to go through Field of Sheep.
Amazing. Now, to make sure that the M2 wasn't on sort of the lap board all by itself, we got the American to put some other benchmark cars. Well, we call them benchmark cars. He calls them communist. Around the track to see what's what. There they all are. Look. Now it's time to see where the M2 goes on that board. Let's have a look. Let's put it on. Oh.
Wow!
Here we go!
This week we are trying to find out which of the new breed of hybrid hypercars is the best.
Yes, on day one at the
Let's
track.
do this.
We began by lining up the three most exciting cars on the planet for the drag race of all drag races. Naturally, this meant engaging launch control, which in the McLaren takes about a fortnight. I have to have the drivetrain in track mode, the aero package in sport mode so that the rear end squats when I set off and gives me more traction. I have to have the DRS button pressed with my thumb to keep the rear wing open, which reduces drag, obviously.
Launch control in the Porsche, left foot on the brake, hard, right foot on the throttle, hard, light goes green, left foot off brake, ding!
Launch button pressed for 2 seconds, left foot on brake, right foot on throttle.
Press launch control, mash the throttle, within 4 seconds, release the brake.
3 seconds later, I have full boost, and I have to set off then within 3 seconds or the entire system disengages.
I'm going to get this wrong, just so you know. I've got a lot to do in here.
Two, one, three.
With that sorted, it was time to bring in a racing driver to see which of our cars could do the fastest lap. Our resident American said he wasn't into the way finished. We were interested to hear his professional opinion.
Here we go!
So we moved on to the big event.
Let's do this.
Look how good it looks there.
James, you want to go and get a cup of tea?
Well, we've warmed the track.
Next, it was the turn of the Porsche 918.
How much faster will it go because of the stripes, do you think?
Much.
Finally, it was the turn of the psycho killer, the trickiest, the edgiest of the three. But I was so
Wait! If the McLaren isn't the fastest, you two can knock my house down.
Get a bloody move on.
Here we go. A lot riding on this. With that, back to the tent.
So, let's put the scoreboard up and let's begin with...
Get a bloody move on.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week in Johannesburg. Goodbye!